Welcome, lads, ladies, boys, girls, whatever you are, whatever you want to be. Welcome to Mental Health Me, Series 5. So, I ended the last year's episode on August 18th with saying I was going to do a Q&A video, people with questions in. No one responded, so I couldn't do a video. No one asked questions. So hopefully this year, whilst you watch his videos, anything you want to ask me, comment below, and I'll do an episode at the end of the series where I'm just answering or just showing the comments. If you want to be, your name wants to be out there, I can do that. Just far away. And as I just watched the last episode of series 4, I noticed I have lost a lot of weight. I've got less of a chin. It's you notice these things when you see this kind of stuff. Same room, but there's no fan in the background going away. Got the window open. I've got the microphone on. I've got the thing on where it stops all the background noise. So hopefully I'll be nice and clear. Okay. So this series I want to talk about my triggers, my anxiety, how it is, my diabetes, how I coped so far, and other little things, niggly little things that have happened the past year, things I've learned about myself, things that I do like and don't like, and there are a lot of things, a lot of positives and negatives, but of course more positives than normal, of course, you know what I mean, So I want to be more animated in this one rather than standing still and just blah blah blah, I'm not a doctor, CGP or a therapist or someone. If you feel you have any problems, just go and get some professional advice. This is just what's happened the past year for me, or the past, So don't take my word that it's gospel. It's how I've lived my life and how I've dealt with things. It won't work, might not work for you. So go and see a professional. So that's out the way now. That's out the way. So. And I've wrote things down on a piece of papers rather than using computers and stuff. So I've got a few little bullet points. I can just about read my writing. I mean, it's about 20 odd years used computers. You don't handwrite much, but I have, longer than that actually. So yeah. So where do I start really? Well, let's start with how I've been coping with my diabetes, with anxiety and mental health. This is a game changer really, because as I'm going through therapy, that kind of thing, which I'll get into another episode, anxiety and depression are not the best of friends, because anxiety and diabetes is not the best of friends, because it's how can I say, when you feel down a lot and you just comfort eat comfort food, I can't really do that because of diabetes. But there are times when I've slipped a little bit, but got back on the pedestal, but slipped a bit and ate a bit that I shouldn't have done, but then I'd kick myself and then get back on there again. But if I ain't got diabetes, it'll just be comfort eating, and that will produce diabetes. So how have I coped with that? It's not easy. Trust me. This year, my mind has gone through quite a bit. There's quite a lot of things that happened, which I'll get into later in the series, and it's tested my anxiety, tested me quite a lot, especially with triggers. And it's those days when you wake up and thinking, oh no, not again, kind of thing, And where I live and where I am, there is a bit of toxic things going on, which don't help either, And I'm trying to move out of here and get my own place at the moment. So that's another thing on the Jenga list. Imagine life as a Jenga block, and every time you take a block off, you get more wobbly. It's that kind of thing with anxiety. It's like a Jenga board. And every time you have to face a trigger, and you cure it, you put the block back in. You got to move another block out, and then blah blah blah. It's the best way to explain it. I mean, I think that's the best way to explain it, really. But it's just keeping the knowledge in mind that I can't eat. Unless it's healthy food, which when you're feeling down, you don't go to the healthy food, do you? Come off it. Healthy food is more expensive. Rubbish food is cheaper, which is a wrong thing, really. But there you go. You must have seen it in the shops and stuff. Even though the prices are going up and everything's going up in the world, isn't it? So yeah, I'll struggle. I still struggle. I mean, I would just kick myself back into being healthy again. Okay. When I say that, it doesn't mean that I've gone heavily into junk food. Maybe 1 or 2 packets of crisps more than I should do. Things like that. Maybe that kind of thing. Nothing to extent of kicking it, totally wrong, So, but it's just keep that mindset down, and you need to keep track of this, keep doing this, even though you're feeling like the shittiest person ever, and even though life is shit at the moment, you got to focus on not eating crap. So that's a tricky point. If you've got diabetes and anxiety and mental health issues, let me know. If you want to be interviewed, podcast, I can do it on podcast. I want to interviews. I want to find more people in that profession who I can interview and talk to, just not to validate things, but just to awareness. Awareness that this is a problem. But it's how individual copes. People out there cope no problem at all. No problem. They haven't got the rubbish food in your face. Like where I live, we get donations of everything, donuts and God knows what, and I see it in my face all the time. And I don't touch them anymore. Anyway, that was years ago. But when I lived on my own, I wouldn't have to face that kind of thing unless I went into a supermarket. But they have to pay for them, so you can't just grab and take. Here it's free. It's just a constant minefield. It's just the way it is, and it's a good testing ground for me, because if I say no a few times, then I just don't think about it anymore. It's just a case of that. It's just when I'm feeling so down and depressed, it's hard to say no, but you still say no. Not that I'm not. I know that people are watching this thinking, yes, Darren, I know what you mean, but everything is okay in that kind of sense. I have got control. I have got control of it, So yeah, so that's episode 1. There's lots in this series I want to talk about. As I said, I don't know how many episodes it'll be, but comments will be so welcome. Likes are just as good. If you want to give it a like. That'd be beneficial, So there you go. That's episode 1. I want these to be at least 10 minutes or so long each, maybe 15 minutes. I want to, rather than 5 and stuff like that. So, yeah. If you like this kind of thing, give it a thumbs up, comment, and if you look forward to the next episode, which will be weekly, of course, weekly. So, yeah. And I shall see you in the next one. Take care. Remember, there's always help out there. Go and see a GP, go and see a therapist. Do what you can. Or if you know anyone who you may think is going through these kind of things, just educate yourself about it and then talk to them. Give them things to read and educate themselves, rather than going to them, stop it, kick out of it, Study yourself and then help them, Anyway, toodle pips.